Hey there, how's it going? Captain Glenn here with Styron Yacht Management, and also known as A Perfect Boat. Today we did some spray painting on the dash. This electric blue color made a tent. As you can see, here's the tent. Some painter's spray plastic. Inside the tent is our work of art. So as you can see, everything's masked off appropriately, and all the blue now is the dash. The dash came out very nice after 320 and 400 grit sanding. Other tasks this month are related to the fuel system and how that all came together, many parts that were built, and there were storage dividers, and finally a little bit about the hull paint and the prep. The fuel system needed many parts to be fabricated. There's two 35-gallon tanks, and they needed to be set into the boat and plumbed. However, other items needed to be fabricated or retrofitted. The sender unit hole pattern was fine. However, the proper threads needed to be tapped into the tank. A flush fuel vent also accounted for. And here is the process in which the bracket was fabricated for the gas caps, where the fuel is filled into the tank. A 90-degree form was built, and a sandwich composite laminate was put together, cut into shapes, and further fabricated with the proper dimensions to fit and hold the filler cap. Hoses will be added for the fuel line, fuel vent, and filler tube. Another area of focus was the storage section behind the seats in the cockpit. Dividers were fabricated from marine plywood, and here you can see some of the production, the sanding, the routing, and the surface prep needed to integrate into the cubby. Special epoxy putty is applied to the parts in order to give a professional finish. The epoxy putty is sanded the next day, and the primer paint is applied. These will be painted within the next week with the final white color. Small blocks are added to hold the dividers into position during the epoxy process. The epoxy fillet was added with a curved applicator, and then the fillet sanded in preparation for the proper paint. Here is the little sanding drum on a right angle drill, and works just perfect. And another task started at the end of April was to prepare the hull for paint. And due to the coronavirus, my son was home and was able to help with some of the sections around the hull. Masking, sanding, putty filling, and of course primer, all of these things needed for the best results. Much attention and care is given to making sure the hull is smooth. The dark blue paint will reflect any anomalies. After sanding, backfilling, and getting all the small cracks filled, it is important to make sure the surface is smooth. By running your hand over the surface, sometimes your eyes can't see the small imperfections, and the sense of touch is the best. That is, at least until you can apply a gloss paint to the surface and get a better visual appraisal. There we go. Yep, working in the rain. That's alright. Stuff happens. No big deal. Captain Glenn here, working in the rain. We got a nice tarp here, as you can see. Keeps me pretty dry. A couple small leaks, but we persevere. Stay safe.